Alright guys, don't forget to check out chainlinktcg.com. Promo codes Team Extra all caps at checkout, 10% off. Let's go! And welcome back to the channel. Mr. Extra from Team Extra, cooking up in the Team Extra lab today, guys. So, I've already done some tier lists for the meta. First, this is obviously post YCS Indy. And the hand trap tier list, right guys? So I figure let's talk about the one thing left. We're going to talk about board breakers, alright? You guys, people who know me, know that I love my board breakers. In the side though. Usually in the side, in a hand trap format. Alright, so let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. I got plenty to talk about. I'm sure you guys are going to be very opinionated. Alright, so first is evenly matched. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on evenly matched. And then I'm going to tell you what people usually say about this card. So, evenly matched is really good, right? I think people should respect it. The amount of times I catch people with their pants down with this card is crazy. Everyone's just like, evenly matched just has a, evenly matched is not good. It is mid. We can negate it. Here's the thing though. What if you don't have the negate? Then it's a free board wipe. So, personal preference here. I think evenly matched is still top tier. Would I main deck it? No. Side deck it? Yes. I would 100% side deck it. Main deck it if you're playing Labyrinth. Labyrinth are like trap tricks or something that's trap related. So, I'm going to put it top tier. I do not care. It really is. Until someone tells me otherwise. It's not really a brick. If you have two of them and then negate the first one, GG, you just clap their field for pretty much nothing. But, for my hot take is it's top tier, but we're going to go ahead and put it actually at borderline just because I don't want the comment section to kill me. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't care. It's top tier. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Spear mode. Spear mode is really good, right? The big ball is very, very good. Eats the normal summon, which normal summon doesn't matter very much anymore in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll just be honest with you. Clears 3 monsters off their field, right? Really good card, amazing. And if you want to flex and go like, I don't know, play Winged Dragon around the side and slide that in the spear mode in and then just do something cheesy, hilarious. Love to see it. But definitely side worthy. I mean, it could be down on potential, right? I'd say side worthy though because typically when a board's built for most decks, there's typically 2 to 3 really annoying interactions on the field. And they're usually all monsters. Let's face it, right? So, spear mode would be side deck worthy. Let's talk about Karakara. Karakara right now, 100% in the main. Like, top tier. So, I say Karakara is top tier for several reasons. One, I mean, have you heard what this card does? Like, your opponent triggers a bunch of effects during your turn, and then you just eat their field with it. And then it's 1500 attack gained per, like, monster used to bring it out. Then on the end phase, it has a Monster Reborn effect, to where you can snatch a card from either graveyard and put it on your field. That's a monster. That's pretty free, especially if they use their Baron negate. And then you Karakara their field, and if you can't kill them or close for some whatever reason, you just take their Baron on end phase and put it on your field. Amazing card. Plus, Diabell Star Package can literally straight up search this. You can small world in this, but chances are if you're playing this, you're probably playing the Diabell Star Package, so like Rescue Ace, Snake Eyes, Solomon Great. I haven't seen it Solomon Great yet, but you guys get the point. Karakara is really good. Droplets. Droplets is also top tier. It is extremely top tier. I'm actually going to put evenly down the borderline, but Droplets is really good right now. So let me talk to y'all. So Droplets is really good. Again, it was always a good card, but when Rise Heart was still a thing, you can't use Droplets without stuff going to the graveyard. So I mean, they have shifter. But Rise Heart was the reason why Droplets stopped seeing play up until it got banned. This card is crazy. It's extremely good at breaking boards, and they're using the right shit from hand. They can't even respond to it. It's great. It's great. Thrust. Now, Thrust, in my opinion, is, I want to say, side worthy. I mean, unless you're running 3. I mean, if you're running 3, you're crazy. Typically, Thrust gets played in with talents, etc., etc. I mean, it could probably be borderline, let's be honest. Thrust, I have a love-hate relationship with this card. I've ran it in like 2 different decks. I usually don't play it very long due to the fact that not a lot of people will play into Thrust or like Talents, for example. Unless, of course, they're like going to shift to you and you know they're going to, then it's just kind of free. But Thrust is really good. It's really good when it resolves, and it's really bad if it doesn't because it just becomes an actual brick in your hand. But using Thrust to grab like the evenly match or a Thrust into like Talents, where's it at? Yeah, Talents. Craziness. It's still a pretty good card. You can thrust into one of your pieces as long as you know you can add it to your hand or set it on the field. But you're gonna want to be able to thrust while your opponent has stuff, so you can activate the card that you are searching. So I'd say borderline. Main it if you want. It's not even worth it in the side deck. It's either main it or just don't play it. One or the other. Book of Moon. Book of Moon is I want to also say potential right now. Book of Moon is really good, but it's not considered so much a board breaker. I put it on here because it causes some pretty cool interactions, and if you got like 2 of these, you are going to potentially make something happen, right, guys? The card is interesting, not as effective now as it was before with like the cash board and everything, but still pretty good against like Pearly or a couple of those other decks out there that are being really annoying. Rescue Ace can stop it. It just depends. It just depends when you do it and what you hit it with. It's overall a solid card. Has potential. Was good before. Not so much now. Finner. Finner right now is still interactive as fuck, by the way. We're going to put him like right there. Finner is... It trades for so much. So it can technically break a board itself, or it can make your opponent use negates on their field just to keep Finner from doing things. Because you plop out the Finner, you go to search the other one, they probably gonna let you search it. You just jump straight in the battle phase, and they either negate the Finner or they trade one of the cards off their field. One way or the other. Card is crazy. I have a love-hate relationship with this card as well, guys. But if you can play it, play it. If you got the space, play it. Hell, I might play it this week. Who knows? But overall, a good card. Book of Eclipse. Book of Eclipse right now is side-worthy. I only say side-worthy because in the main, it's not doing a whole lot. I mean, the only time I see decks maining Book of Eclipse, especially for a board breaker aspect, is like you either sided it in because you're going against like Pearly or Birds or something, or like Rescue Ace, or you are playing specifically Birds or like Runic or something, and you're trying to flip the board down on purpose. Overall, it is a side-worthy card for certain matchups. Used to go crazy, not so much now because the format has changed. But Book of Eclipse on like a Vanadium board and everything like that is kind of spicy, guys. So let's go on to the next one. Encore. Encore, in my opinion, it's side-worthy because of like Pearly, but I'm gonna put it down as potential. I don't think it's that good, not anymore, because Kashtira pretty much walked out the meta and off into the sunset because the ban and, you know, other decks are coming into the format because we went from a Banish Pile format back to a Graveyard format because of, like, Tier and everything else running around out there and, like, Horus and all the good stuff, right? So Encore, I feel like, is going to take a back seat for a while. It's not going to do as great. It's going to be relatively interesting, though. I mean, it trades go Pearly, but, I mean, realistically, if you don't play against Pearly much, or if you don't see yourself playing against Pearly much, I wouldn't even side this, because, like, if Pearly was a big issue to you, you might as well side the books, and you side the books in, and just main the droplets, and you're good. 100%. Alright, let's go with Dark Hole. Dark Hole has potential right now. Now, I'm going to tell you why. There are 2 decks in the format that like their stuff being destroyed. That is Unchained and Tailment. And now, Dark Hole does not trade very well with them, but it trades really good with everything else. Literally, well, that and not Horus. It doesn't trade with Horus because if King Sark is out, Dark Hole cannot destroy the monsters. But my point is, Dark Hole is pretty good. When it resolves, it usually resolves very well. Plus, I mean, you can run Dark Hole Dragon to search for Dark Hole, assuming you really want a Dark Hole. But, yeah, potential, so to speak. And I would even put it as low as not worth, but Dark Hole is still pretty good. Plus, you do have a way to search it now, kind of. Dark Ruler no more. Sideworthy, definitely the top though. Dark Ruler is really good. It's always good, and I say that like very loosely, because there are times where you can break up on Dark Ruler, and then there's times where you clap their field with the Dark Ruler, but you still don't have enough follow up to break the field while they are all negated. Overall, good card. Would not main deck it unless you plan on playing like a going second deck, but Dark Ruler no more. It literally makes it to where you cannot kill your opponent. So, do what you will with that information. But Dark Ruler is definitely side deck worthy. Pankratops. Pankratops right now is I've listed as not enough for a couple reasons. Pankratops and Fenrir have everything that they do is the same when it comes to like their interactions. So Pank specials from hand, just like Cyber Dragon. So is Fenrir, inherent specials. Pank can pop itself and pop a card in the field. Fenrir can search another version of itself, which Pank doesn't even do, and then banish a card face down on the field. So Pank isn't even doing enough. I wouldn't. If you have Fenrir or Pank, you just play the Fenrir. Fenrir's a much better card than Pank is right now. All right, so let's go with enemy controller. Enemy controller, you're either gonna side deck it. I'd borderline this honestly. No, side worthy. You're either gonna main this or side deck it. Most of the time, I see people side deck this card unless you're playing like Rescue Ace or like something weird, something that needs that potential dodge imperm to play, right? So like if you're trying to turbulence and they go to imperm, and then you got they have a monster on field. You econ tribute the turbulence, and then take their monster to resolve turbulence. It's set 4 in a dream. Don't forget the D-Bell Star stuff. That deck is crazy with the D-Bell Star stuff. Alright, so Duster is such a stable card. We're going to borderline it. And the reason why I would borderline Duster is if you're going against Labyrinth, this is a literal board wipe for like Labyrinth, first off. Or if you're playing against something weird, any trap deck, Eldritch, Labyrinth, Guru, any of those trap decks, literally Duster literally just makes you win the duel. Or at least the round for the duel. Duster's really good, clears floodgates, can clear a lot of annoying back row that, plays into the board. Overall, it's been a card getting used ever since it came out. Definitely borderline. You don't gotta main it, right? Unless, most going second decks I see, they will main it. But it definitely does help, and it's definitely a very recommended card. Alright, so let's talk about Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm right now is very mid. It is actually worse than Dark Hole. I'm going to just go ahead and put it at not enough. The reason why I'm putting, not worth. The reason why I'm putting Lightning Storm in not worth right now is due to the fact that it is limited to 2. It can hit one or the other, which is good, but you also can't use it if you have stuff on the field. So it's restrictive, and if you're trying to do something like that, and the back row doesn't matter, you might as well play Dark Hole. So Lightning Storm is not worth mainly because it's restrictive, and it Dark Hole is just better right now. The Lightning Storm being at 2 is just not worth it. Change of heart, my boy. Change of heart. Oh man. Side deck worthy. I say this with the most amount of respect for Change of Heart. Change of Heart's pretty good. I should have Mind Control in here too, which I would actually put that as potential. Change of Heart, Mind Control do the same thing. But Change of Heart's really good. Steal their monster, do some fun stuff with it. Econ does the same thing, but with a little bit more work behind it. But overall, Change of Heart, side deck worthy if you're going about that aspect. Usually people who play Econ, they also will side deck Change of Heart as well. A bunch of take your bitch monsters, or take your bitch spells. So Econ, Change of Heart, Mind Control, Brain Control. Anyways, let's move on. Raigeki. Raigeki right now is, in my opinion, not enough. Because again, just like Dark Hole, just like Lightning Storm, we have Unchained and Tearlament in a format, which they are over there begging for you to destroy their cards so they can just progress their own game state. So breaking their board with these 3 cards is very risky, especially if you know what they're on. I mean, you should by the time they put their board up, but if they're not on either of these decks, these cards go crazy. If they are, they kind of don't. Alright, Super Poly. Super Poly is a borderline or is a top tier. We're going to go borderline because Super Poly is only played in certain decks. Super Poly literally resolves about 99% of the time. I've only seen it get negated twice, period, the end. And it's just a really good card. Nothing feels good like Super Poly your opponent's rescue ace board and like a Garua or something just to be hilarious, or a Super Poly their Dragon Link board and then something hilarious as well. It's just a really good card. Probably second best on the borderline. Actually, yeah, I'd call it the best because it trades pretty much for free with pretty much little to no response against it. So, overall, really good card. Really good at chewing up a board. Depending on what deck you're playing, Super Poly will go crazy and probably win you the game. Alright, talents. Talents is still extremely good. It is top tier. It's better than Thrust because Talents gives you hand knowledge, draw power, and or take their monster. I like this card. I play one in the side right now only because I don't have a play set at the moment, but point is, it's a very good power spell. You can definitely Talents and break a board. I'm just saying, because you could Talents and take their most annoying monster, or you go Imperm on one negate and then Talents and take their other negate, and then you can just do a bunch of fuck shit on it. It's really good overall. Kaijus. This is just Kaijus collectively, by the way. Kaijus collectively, I want to say Kaijus aren't as good right now. I want to say it's over here with Spear Mode. Side deck worthy, unless you're playing like Grandma's or something really weird and you're playing going second build and you want to actually rely on and running multiple Kaijus to break field. Alpha King and Master Beast would be good too, but that's a little slower. Kaijus are pretty good right now. They are very, very nice. I forgot Ultimate Slayer. Ultimate Slayer would be in probably potential, but that's besides the point. Kaijus are good when they are, and then they're bad when they are too. It's a hit and miss. You're playing a deck where like it doesn't really matter if you Kaiju them or not. You're good to go. You're playing a deck that kind of you're gonna have to rely on your own Kaijus to win. You might be in some trouble. Kaiju just the most annoying monster on their board, and then play into the rest of it. Santa Claus, same way. Santa Claus is mostly played in Pearly. Draw power. Kaiju can have multiples. It's pretty nice. It's just an old Kaiju. Same, my opinionation for it is pretty much the same thing. It's a hit and miss. It's good when it's good. It can be bad though too because you can brick on these cards as well. Herald of the Abyss. Borderline, but this is for those pesky decks that what's the word? They just trying to do too much. So like Pearly, you can use the Strip Nor. It's good to trade for like a one annoying monster in the field. So I'd say borderline, but that's pretty much all I got to say about Herald. I don't play it. I wouldn't play it myself, but usually if someone puts out a big tower monster, I always figured out how to get rid of it with the decks that I play. Alright, with that being said, this is all I got for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to hit our next goals, so we're trying to work our way up to 5,000 subs. Give us a shout. Let me know if we forgot anything on this tier list that you think we should add to it for the next one. And yeah, leave it down below in the comments if we forgot anything that's super important. And thanks for watching.